Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back from another YouTube video. And if you guys can tell, I'm back home. You can see my background. So I decided, day after I got back home, wanted to record a ladder video because I haven't done a top ladder video in a while because I was gone, had to pre-record videos, and then the videos I did upload while I was gone, when I recorded them in real time, it was the 20 win challenge. So it's been a while since I've done a ladder video. I'm at 7142 right now. Almost top 200. I'm going to try to get to at least 7,200 with this giant deck. I already got to 7,200. I actually used this deck. I'm planning on making a video on this deck soon, maybe even tomorrow. It's really solid. Honestly, the Fisherman is just, in my opinion, one of the best cards in the game right now. Really, it's really good, just pairs well in a lot of decks. I feel like it's just nice to have in this giant deck because it kind of, you can pull things away from the giant. Also nice to get the king activation in a lot of matchups. So let's just go ahead and search for the first game. We're either 2 or 3 games away from 7,200, and that's the goal. Before we get into it, if you guys aren't already using code BOSS, feel free to use it. It helps support me, the channel, and I appreciate any of you guys using my code. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and go into the first game, see what we get. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe using this deck for the rest of the season, or using that Royal Hog Giant Skelly deck, which is also really good. I've kind of been switching between both of those, and I kind of have to decide which one I want to use. The thing is this deck is good, this giant Fisherman deck. The only problem is you know, Barbhut Graveyard. That can be, I honestly think that's almost impossible to beat, especially if they have the Baby Dragon variant. So that's kind of the one downside of the deck. So we found a game here of reverse Legolas. He's going to go Minor Wall Breaker, so I guess we're just going to Fireball that. That's a 4 for 5 trade. Minor Wall Breakers could be a couple different variants. He could have Poison, he could have Log and Zap, but it looks like he's using the Cycle one with Bomb Tower, so we just have to figure out which spells he has. Looks like he is going to have a Poison, which means this matchup is going to be a little bit trickier, whereas if he had just Log and Zap, it would be much easier. Since the Night Witch ended up staying alive till it reached his side of the map, I probably should have played a Giant in front of it, to be honest, and a Heal Spear, considering he had his Log out of rotation. But yeah, this is going to be a little difficult, because he does have the Poison, which is really good versus Night Witch. Interesting defense there. He might just poison this. There's the poison. Knight goes down. I'm fine tanking that. I feel like in double, that's when we need to build our main push. Single is a little rough because he has a really fast cycle. I mean, we'll have to figure out how we get around the fact that he has Poison for the Night Witch. Pretty clean defense, not gonna lie. That was pretty nice. I don't even think, did he get any damage? I mean, he might have gotten some from the miner, but that overall was pretty solid. Just kind of want to Fireball that. Again, very, very clean defense. I don't think that was the best miner. I kind of want to... Ooh, boy. How many of those... We can't hit any of them. I was hoping I could have logged those right away, but I couldn't, because none of them would have actually been hit. Nice Heal Spirit. Oh, wow. Once again, aggressive Wall Breakers. None of them connect. We can go in here. I was gonna Fireball that, but I think that would have been a bit too aggressive. We have the lead now. Giant in the back is fine here. We don't want a Night Witch in the back and just give him a free poison. Once again, very predictable miners from him. He continues to play it in the same spot. And that should be GG. Nice win. I mean, really, us winning that came down to just catching like 90% of his miners. Might have been kind of his fault for playing them in the back like every single time. But regardless, the defense was really what won us that. We were just patient. I didn't play any Night Witches in the back. I was mostly playing Giants in the back. I didn't want to give him poison value. And I was just very patient. I just was, you know, making sure his wall breakers didn't connect. Always had like an E-Wiz or Fireball in cycle for that. And I was just kind of getting value out of my Fireballs too. He went with like, sometimes there was so many things that were clumped together and I was just able to hit like wall breakers plus a Night Bats or minor wall breakers. Just getting some good value out of it. So now we're in the top 200 again. We're potentially, we're still about over 100 below our season highs, but we're potentially one game away from 7,200, depending on how many trophies we get here, but we'll see. We're either one or two more. I would say more likely two, because typically, I don't know. You're more likely, I would say, in the top 200 to get a plus 25 than a plus 35, if that makes sense. But yeah, this guy's lower than us, so if we win this, we are going to need to play one more. Reverse Carlos here. We'll give him the good luck. I'm going to wait a few seconds, and then if he doesn't do anything, I might just... Alright, in this case, I'll just Fisherman. So, Miner and Bats. Could be a similar deck. I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, he's going to have the Inferno Drag. Wonder if this is like Mega Knight Inferno Drag bait, potentially. Alright, here we go. That's fine. I feel like again in this match we need to be patient. We do have the E-Wiz to reset his Inferno Drag, but we kinda... I might go in here, because he doesn't have Mega Knight in cycle. Depends on what he does here. I feel like I should go in. That all gets healed up. Yeah, that was a good push. He wasn't able to play the Mega Knight right away, and as a result, we got so much damage. I want to Fisherman this, because I think if I didn't, it would have gotten a jump. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 90% sure it would have. And I just didn't want to risk it. And I'm just going to let this be. Perfect. I'll ignore that. I'll Miner now. He might go with a Goblin Gang on top of it. Bats. That's fine too. Oh, he's got a Valkyrie. That's actually pretty interesting. I thought he had like just the traditional Mega Knight bait deck. You typically don't see a Valkyrie in that. He's got a Prince as well. Good push on his end. I know what he has now, so there's going to be no more surprises, which is good. He doesn't have that surprise factor anymore of me not knowing that he had a Prince or a Valk. So we'll see if we can... Wow, aggressive. Very aggressive, and I don't think it's going to pay off either. We should be able to go in here. He kind of just played everything he had. Yeah, there's no way he defends this. Heal Spirit just heals up the Giant, and if the Giant can just get like 2 hits, we should win. GG. Let's go. That was a very weird deck. Oh boy, he's not very happy. But yeah, I don't know. That was a weird deck. Like, he had... I thought it was just Mega Knight bait, because he started out with like the Mega Knight, Inferno Drag, Bats, Miner, Zap, and then he whipped out his Prince, Valk, and Arrows, and that was a little weird. But, yeah. I mean, props to him for making it work. So we're 168th now. We're still 5 trophies away, but with one more win, we'll get back to 7,200. So let's go ahead and try to get it here. And then afterwards, I might go for one more, or watch a replay. I'll kind of see how the next one goes. I probably would be fine going for another after, because I want to try to get back to my season highest as quick as I can, if all possible. Yeah, hopefully we find a game quick. Sometimes it can take like a minute and a half, but the last couple we found fairly quick, which is good. That one wasn't too bad either. Oh wow, this guy's about 100 trophies higher than us. 110. So we really could use this win here. I don't know what he's using. Bar Barrel makes it... Oh, is this... Ah, it's Eagle. Well, this is not very good. Not really what we like to see. Reason why I don't really like seeing Eagle is because he's got E-Drag for the Night Witch. E-Drag for the Night Witch, and then he also has Baby Drag. No sense in playing an E-Wiz on that. It was tower down anyway. And we'll try to make something happen here. Definitely a tough one, though. See how he chooses to... Yeah, I think this is just kind of a hard counter. He has E-Drag, which makes this so hard. As well as Bar Putt, which kind of does great versus the Giant as well. So, I'm not too upset if I lose this one. I think this is just one that we kind of have to honestly let it go if we lose. Because I don't really... I feel like unless he makes like a major mistake, I don't really know how we're supposed to break through a E-Drag as well as a Bar Putt. I mean, we can get a good... He was off there, finishing the E-Drag off. Yeah, it's a good game, I guess. I don't know how I could win that. You know, maybe I could have done things differently. I think playing fisherman, trying to get the E-Drag, but like pull it, or Eagle, excuse me, to the king, it would be good. But I don't know if there was a situation where I could have done that. But yeah, regardless, that's unfortunate. It just seems tough because I don't killing the E-Drag, like, especially when it's on his side of the map, is pretty much impossible. So it just kind of gets infinite value versus my Night Witch, Giant, and, like, Ewiz. If it's on my side of the map, I can kill it, but by the time it comes over to my side of the map, he's already gotten so much value out of it. Alright, we found a game versus Dig Codigo. He's on Dignitas. If you didn't see his name, so pretty good player. We'll see what he's using. I don't really know what he's been using this season. I mean, it's been a while since I've versed him, so I played against him. You guys always tell me versed isn't a word, so I'm trying to remember not to say it. I guess you should say play against then instead of versed. So, I mean, he's just going to balloon at the bridge. I don't really know if... I mean, that's like a pretty aggressive play before he even knows what I'm using, so that's definitely quite interesting. I'm going to go for Heal Spirit. Ooh, if it could... if the Heal Spirit healed up the Night Witch before the bats popped out, that would have been really, really nice. Already a good start. He's using Loon Cycle. This is actually the deck that I used to get 20 wins in the global tournament on my mini account. It's a solid deck. Definitely good in the meta. We just need to make sure we have Ewiz in rotation or Fireball for his balloon, and then we should probably be okay. I kind of want to Fireball this. That's pretty good value. He's probably up Elixir. One hit, I'm kind of okay with that, I suppose. I'm gonna play my fisherman first. Okay, we need to Fireball that balloon. I mean, this is going to be pretty hard for him to stop. We have two Giants down. I'm not saying he can't stop it, but I'd be a little surprised. Yep, that's GG. I felt like we might have gotten a little lucky there. There were a couple of times where I thought the balloon was going to get a connection and it didn't end up getting one, so that was a little bit too close for comfort, I would say. But we make it to 7,200. Very nice last win. That Loon Cycle deck's definitely pretty prevalent. I don't usually say prevalent, so I hope I'm using it correctly. Prevalent in the meta, meaning like it's used a decent amount. Because it does good versus Graveyard Barb Hut. That's why a lot of people are using it. And luckily we didn't verse Graveyard Barb Hut at all. Because I versed it 2 times before I started recording with this deck. And not gonna lie, it's pretty impossible if they know what they're doing. I think I might show one replay, just to kind of show you guys, I guess Icepo, because Icepo's like used in every meta, so I might as well, right? 2 times speed in single, and I think this went to the end, so I might do 2 times even in double, just to kind of show you guys how you want to play versus Icepo. No Giants in the back. Even if you're up Elixir, wouldn't advise playing Giants in the back, unless they defensive Expo. If they defensive Expo, then you could play a Giant in the back. But for the most part, you want to just be cycling cards like Fisherman, or if you cycle a Night Witch or an Ewiz, make sure you play it above your tower so they don't rocket it, especially in double. In single, you don't need to be so worried about cycling things in front, because if you cycle a Night Witch or Ewa's behind your tower and they rocket it, you can go in really aggressively and more likely get damage than they did with the rocket. But in double, you have to be careful about that because Icebo's defense is just insanely strong, so there's really no way you're going to end up getting more damage than they dealt with the rocket in double. But in single, you can pretty easily with elixir advantage, with an elixir advantage. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer and then put it at single. So I'm mostly just minoring the tower, logging the tower whenever I can, still playing fisherman's in the front. Now a giant in the back. Defensive expo comes down from him. So giant in the back is good when they defensive expo, or you have a feeling they're going to. Like if they pre-plant a Tesla, that's kind of an indication that they're about to go for defensive expo. And because he had to spend so much elixir on defense, I'm able to get away with just going for a Night Witch on top of this expo. And I knew he didn't have any elixir, so I didn't have to play anything else. Because if he defended the expo too much, he would have gotten too much damage dealt on his left tower, so he knew it would have been too risky if he were to go for an Ice Wizard on the Night Witch instead of defending the Giant. The end's coming up, so I'll just put it at 1x speed from here on out. And you can see, both of us have dealt no damage to each other's tower, and this matchup, he shouldn't be able to get an expo connection if I play correctly. And if he plays correctly, I shouldn't be able to get a giant connection. So all my damage is coming from fireballs, miners, and logs, pretty much. Which is what you've noticed. I get a little lucky with the Night Witch there, getting a tiny bit of chip. I mean, see, I'm just spamming miners on his tower whenever I can, trying to switch up the placement every time so it's not predictable for him. Just as much chip as I can possibly get. That miner right there might have won me the game. Got so many hits on his tower, throwing logs whenever I can, spamming giants at the bridge, just minoring. No way I'm breaking through the giant. Not a chance when he has the Ice Wizard and the Tornado. But he can't stop every single miner connection. It's just physically not possible to catch every single miner the whole game. And then Fireball and Log is guaranteed damage. So that's the way I'm winning this game. And then it gets a little close here at the end, but he only can throw one more rocket down. And I managed to get one more Fireball off. And because I already had a lead before he threw that rocket, that's GG. And that was a nice win versus Icebo. So you can see, pretty close game. I don't think it's, you know, I might have slight matchup, but it's definitely a close one. It really could be anyone's game, especially if you're versus a good Icebo player. So thought that was a good one to show you guys because Icebo's used like every single season. So that's going to be it for the video. I'm glad I'm back home. Should be able to record and upload a bit more frequently and no more of those pre-recorded videos. Although, I will say it is almost end of the season, so I might not last day or two of the season be recording, but I'll have to see. Also, July 30th, which is coming up very soon, and that's in 2 days. That's the first no-tilt. I'll show you guys. If you got 20 wins, you get invited to the No-Tilt World Championship. So the first one is on the 30th. I want to try to get it as soon as possible, but you have 8 chances. So you have a lot of tries, but you have to win, and only 8 people from West and 8 people from East go to the finals, like Phase 3. So it's not going to be easy, but I might not be able to get a video out on the 30th or last couple days of the season. But I'll see. I'll try to get as many videos out as I can since I'm back. But yeah, that's going to be it. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.